Hello everyone, I am Brandon Tackett and this is Brandon at the Movies. Or at his home, I guess. You may have noticed that we're not in my car. That's because I didn't get to see this one in my hometown theater. Being a limited release meant I had to travel a good distance to see it, and I didn't want to get home in the middle of the night. So I went ahead and left and figured I would just film it here. Anyway, here we go. Right off the bat, I want to get this out of the way. This is an A24 horror film. So if It Follows, It Comes at Night, The Witch, or Hereditary put you off, you probably should not watch this movie. If you are a fan of character-driven, deeper than average, and well-made horror, you should go grab a ticket for this one right now. So, The Hole in the Ground is a horror flick with a lot of Celtic spice. It really does feel like an Irish fairy tale at times. It stars Seána Kerslake, I hope I'm saying that right, and James Quinn Markey, and it was directed by Lee Cronin. In the film, Sarah moves to the backwoods of a small rural town with her young son Chris to start a new life. Shortly after that, a mysterious sinkhole appears in the woods, and her darling child starts to behave in a weird way, i.e., he suddenly becomes very well behaved and he loves his mummy. There's a bit of a hint that Sarah might have some screws loose in her head, so the primary question going into the bulk of the movie is Sarah just having issues caused by her rampant psychosis, or is there something sinister afoot? I love a well-made movie, and this is a well-made movie. The realistic character portrayal from the actors, the slick and metaphor-laden shots, and the low-key yet haunting score. The music in this one alone could probably keep you up at night. This one pulled me in. Oftentimes I check my phone or, ponder an inane life quandary in the midst of movies, but not with this one. The atmosphere the filmmakers crafted and the investment the lead put into her character reeled me in. There is one scene in particular towards the end of the first act that involves a late night trip into the woods that gave me the same kind of anxious emotions that I felt the first time I played Slender, the 7 Pages. If you don't know what that is, look it up online. It's a pretty fun game and kind of terrifying if you play it late at night with all the lights off and all the sounds just turned off. So, what am I saying here? Yes, I am saying that The Hole in the Ground is a better Slender Man movie than the Slender Man movie could have ever dreamed of being. For the most part, the flick maintained that level of craft and immersion. In a way, it even channeled H.P. Lovecraft himself with some of its more cosmic, unknown horror elements. But there's one scene around the midpoint of the movie that I'm hesitant to call anything but seizure-inducing. This one stands out because of how well shot and constructed the rest of the film is. Flashy lights in an action scene I'd expect from a shallow, heartless action soiree. Here, it stands out like a sore thumb. Why? Why? When you have done everything else so right, why would you get this sloppy? Anyway, as we rounded the curve and darted toward the finish line, though, the movie did redeem itself. It focused on a primal fear, and it happened to be one of my own personal phobias. So needless to say, this one got under my skin. Seána Kerslake, again, I hope I'm saying that right, is an all-star here. She is adept at portraying a slew of emotional states that keep you locked to the screen as she does her thing. While James Quinn Markey does the creepy kid thing about as well as any other child actor. Except Haley Joel Osment in The Sixth Sense. I think we can all agree that at that time in his life, he was operating on a different level. The camera work in this one was slick. Smooth shots, frames within frames within frames, and holes within holes within holes. I never noticed the camera except when it wanted me to, and the same is true of the editing, except for that one seizure sequence I mentioned earlier. That must have been the day that Lee Cronin just let an intern film a sequence and then immediately regretted it. Speaking of Lee Cronin, this is his debut feature film. If his career doesn't pick up and just go full steam ahead from here, it'll be a criminal shame. This guy has got talent. And I, for one, can't wait to see what he comes out with next. If I had any qualm with the flick, it'd be that it often reminded me of other films. That isn't a bad thing, but it did tend to break my immersion when a scene would cause me to think of another film. In particular, this could be the feature-length version of a Season 3 episode of Supernatural. Sans Sam and Dean, of course. Well, there you have it. The Hole in the Ground. Brandon says, give it your money. I'm giving this one a solid 4.5. That's right, folks. This one is worth spending full price on. Anyway, if you're picking up what I'm putting down and would like to help my channel grow, please like, subscribe, and Judy chop that little notification bell so we can keep talking movies. And remember, no matter how bad your day is going, it doesn't take any time to be kind. So go watch some movies and be kind. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Brandon out!